Debates. Creating balanced arguments. What is a debate? A debate is a formal discussion during which opposing arguments on a specific topic are discussed. Today we'll focus on the debate topics. Should homework be abolished? Each debate has an affirmative and a negative team. The affirmative argue for the topic. Homework should be abolished. The negative argue against the topic. Homework should not be abolished. Before we plan our response, we must first brainstorm ideas related to the topic. With a partner, brainstorm at least 4 ideas related to the question. Should homework be abolished? You might consider the relevance and impact of homework. Should homework be abolished? Some sample responses might include: homework takes up time that could be spent with friends and family. Homework consolidates learning in the classroom. Homework helps us prepare for senior years. Homework can be boring and repetitive. How can we create balanced arguments when debating? You might notice that your brainstorm helps you consider both perspectives. This is important when we debate. We can organize these ideas into affirmative or negative. Affirmative thinks homework should be abolished. Homework takes up time that could be spent with friends and family. Homework can be boring and repetitive. Negatives: homework should not be abolished. Homework consolidates learning in the classroom. Homework helps us prepare for senior years. Let's learn about the structure of a debate. The structure of a debate. In a debate, each team typically has 3 or 4 speakers. The affirmative first speaker begins and the negative first speaker follows. The teams take turns speaking. Each speaker has a special role. Handy tip. To rebut means to challenge or counter an idea. The structure of a debate. Speaker and role. Affirmative first speaker makes opening statement and states main argument. Negative first speaker rebuts a first and presents main argument. Affirmative second speaker rebuts and first and presents main argument. Negative second speaker draws a second and presents main argument. Affirmative third speaker rebuts and second summarizes main arguments. Negative third speaker rebuts a third and summarizes main arguments. Organizing your response. You can use the PL structure to organize your response. Just present your point. This is your argument. For example, time that could be spent with family and friends. E4, evidence to support this argument. For example, homework takes approximately 30-60 minutes daily. Explain how this is linked to your point. For example, this valuable time could be spent socializing and bonding with loved ones. Flying back to your overall stance, affirmative or negative. For examples, homework should be abolished so that young people can spend time building social connections. Your turn. Use the P structure to flesh out one of your initial brainstorm arguments. Present your point. This is your argument. E4, provide evidence to support this argument. E4, explain how this is linked to your point. L4, link back to your overall stance, affirmative or negative. Your rebuttal. Every speaker, aside from affirmative first speaker, has the role of rebutting an argument presented by the other side. To do this effectively, we use evidence and reasoning to address the opposition's argument respectfully. The affirmative argues homework takes up time that could be spent with family and friends. What might a reasonable rebuttal be? One example might include: Students already have several other available hours in the afternoons and weekends to socialize. Building strong work habits is more important than socializing. Students spend many hours together during the school day building social connections. Here is a sample response of a negative second speaker on the topics homework should be abolished. Can you identify the P and L sentences within this response as well as the sentences that form the rebuttal? The second speaker from the affirmative argued that homework is boring. We would like to counter that an activity does not have to be constantly engaging to be of benefit. Athletes don't always find training entertaining, though we can all agree on the benefits. Speaking of benefits, homework consolidates learning that takes place in the classroom. This is evident in language, where students who read more learn up to 42 more words than their peers. Having the opportunity to practice skills taught at school strengthens a student's understanding. Therefore, we strongly believe that homework should not be abolished as it improves and complements learning at school. Rebuttal. The second speaker from the affirmative argued that homework is boring. We would like to counter that an activity does not have to be constantly engaging to be of benefit. Athletes don't always find training entertaining, though we can all agree on the benefits. Speaking of benefits, homework consolidates learning that takes place in the classroom. Evidence. This is evident in language, where students who read more learn up to 42 more words than their peers.